Hey guys, me Dave. It's 10/11/2020, Sunday night, so I'm just sitting here. Not too much going on tonight. Same old stuff. I'm not even going to go into it because it's kind of the same old stuff, on and off type of stuff. So, I was listening, I jumped on a call for a minute, just to see what people are talking about and stuff. I kind of get a kick out of these people, a lot of people out there talk about people are breaking in their apartment, in their house all the time, and nonstop, and but they don't call the police. They don't buy cheap cameras. You could get some cheap security cameras, pretty cheap off Amazon or eBay. eBay has a lot of cheap security systems. Very easy to work. It's pretty easy and basic. Where anybody kind of learn how to work a camera. You can get like I put it out in the back. I didn't hook it up yet. But I bought a wireless camera where it plugs in, and we got a plug outside, so the camera plugs directly into the outlet, and it's Wi-Fi, and the camera shows up on your phone through an app. I think the app is free, and it has sound too. So, I need to get that hooked up. It's kind of my bad about that, but I've been putting it off and stuff. I have to remount it and get it better. But so people are out there harassing or yelling, or it could be anybody. It has sound, so it could be recorded. That is evidence, then you could, I mean, stuff like that, then they can't say, well, you're crazy, oh, well, look I got evidence right here, look at my phone or whatever, so I don't understand why people, they say they're breaking into their house every day, and they're, hurting their animals, or they're stealing things, food, canned goods, and stuff like this every day. Why wouldn't you buy a camera, and aim it at the door? If you're ready to leave or whatever, aim that camera at the door. So I mean, it has night vision. Get a camera with night vision, and it will. You can see if it's completely dark. You can see if somebody's entering your house or not. Or you could do it the old school way. You could put, well, I don't know, if you have carpet, that's kind of hard. But you could put, oh, I don't know, baby powder or flour down or something before you leave. And you could tell, see if you see footprints or something, you could tell if people are coming in your apartment. It's hard to believe that they're doing all this stuff. I'm a big target. At the beginning of my program, I think they did have someone try to get in. When I was upstairs taking a bath, I was working. I was getting ready for work, and the dogs went crazy. And it was like they chased someone out of the back hallway, and stuff. So I think they did try that, but we have dogs, and they bark like crazy if somebody was trying to get in or something. But, it's if people act like they're doing it every single day and all this stuff, and they're, trying to make, gaslighting them, trying to make them look crazy and all this stuff, they complain about it and all this stuff, get proof, get some, I mean, you can get a whole security camera for $100, four to six cameras on eBay with, make sure it has a DVR, or, not a DVR, a hard drive in it. Make sure it has a hard drive in the receiver, so it's recording 24/7. That way, if somebody breaks in, you can go to the screen. You'll have to hook it up to a computer monitor, and uh, you'll be able to go back to that date, and you'll have four to six camera angles. I mean, it's ridiculous. I think, I just, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I really don't. I just, you know, when people talk about this stuff, I think there's so many fakey people out there, and they control the conversations, and they control, you know, whatever, to get reactions out of you and all this stuff. You know, so, you know, it's hard to believe that they're doing all this stuff. Um, you know, I don't, you know, I'm a big target. I don't have half of these problems. You know, I, you know, I did do this security camera thing. Um, you know, trying to get gang stalkers and all this stuff. And I did get some, you know, gang stalkers, and I did get some people that were parking close to me, you know, and stuff like that on camera, which I have pictures and stuff of. I took stills of it, because you can, you know, if you have a camera system hooked up to a monitor, you can take stills, you know, and do a still of that photo or of that video, you know, and stuff. So if people are going through all this stuff and they're not doing anything about it, they're not gathering evidence. Now that's hard evidence, which I agree with, that we need, you know, harassment, and, you know, people harassing you in the neighborhood, or harassing you at Walmart, or harassing you at Sam's Club. I was at Sam's Club one time, and this girl parked. I mean, she was that close from my car. I mean, she was practically touching my car, and I took a picture of it and I posted it online. You know, and you know, so there's a record of it on Facebook. You know, and stuff. So, you know, that's evidence. And then it happened a few more times. I took pictures of that. You know, so there's a repetitive, you know, situation, or whatever you want to call it, to show proof of I'm getting harassed around town. You know, if I go to town, you know, people are parking right on my butt and all this stuff, you know, and, you know, so I mean, that's kind of more hard evidence. Like the gang stalking sign somebody hung on my back fence. I didn't, you know, they were telling me, you know, they do silent V2K. They were telling me to throw that in the garbage. I almost did, and then I thought, no, I'm not gonna throw that in the garbage. I'm gonna save that. I don't know if some of you guys seen the gang stalking sign. You know, there's all kinds of threats on it and all this stuff. It's a cardboard sign hanging on the back of my fence. You know, should I have called the police? Probably. You know, I've been letting these guys get away with stuff. You know, I should have called the police when they lit my van on fire. I should have called the police when that gang stalking sign they hung up in my back fence. You know, those were a couple times where I should have called the police and made a record, paper trail. You know, there would have been a paper trail of the harassment and stuff. You know, so that's evidence, you know, but I still have it. I saved that sign. You know, it's buried somewhere on my floor. You know, there's a bunch of stuff on it, but otherwise I'd take it out and show you. But, you know, I saved it, you know, and stuff. So it's, you know, if you get stuff like that, that's hard evidence. And, you know, we need to make a record of it. We should be calling the police. What are they going to do? They're going to, you know, take you downtown and throw you in the psych ward if you can show proof like that. You know, like, hey, somebody lit my fan on fire. You know, burnt my heater cord, you know, the cord to my heater, and burnt my carpet and some of my seat and all that stuff. Somebody threw a flare or something in there and it caught on fire. You know, that's hard evidence. I should have called the police, you know, when that happened. So if people's animals are getting hurt and killed and you're not calling the police, I'm really suspicious of that. You know, I'm a little more suspicious of that stuff. If you are an animal lover and, you know, they're hurting your animals and you're just not doing anything about it, I'm really suspicious. You know, like, we have a lot of fakes out there, you guys. You know, they're on those calls, they're on Facebook, they're all over the place. They are. It's the same people. It's not. I'm not saying there's 100 perps online. I'm saying there's 5 perps online. You know, 5 at a time. You know, to make it, and they control the conversations. They control things, posts or whatever. So it seems like they're more powerful because there's 5 of them. There's only 5 of them that are regulars, and stuff in the community that perp, tell their BS stories and all this stuff. All this stuff's happening to them, but they're not being brought to the psych ward, and they're not calling the police at all. They don't put up cameras. They're not calling the police. They're not doing anything about it. And some people claim they've been kidnapped when they were a baby by the military and all this stuff, but really, and you're not in an institution, and they're not bringing you to the psych ward? I have a hard time believing that. I really do. I have a hard time believing that. And you're still walking around talking. They're not. You're not in bed sick from the weapons and all this stuff. I really have a hard time believing some of that stuff. There's been several people with those stories, but they're not, and they go on the calls and they're well known in the community, but they're not getting you in the psych ward. I really have a hard time believing that. A lot of BS out there, you guys. So, but my point of the video is, if things are happening to you all the time on a repetitive thing, then put up some cameras. You could get wireless or whatever. It's not that hard to hook up. If you have a family member, they can hook it up or whatever for you. My point is get evidence of that, so you could take it somewhere. You could fill out a police report if you have a disc or something, memory card or something with hardcore evidence. Then what are they gonna say? Oh, you're delusional? No, I got it right here. I got evidence right here, and stuff. So it's I should have been doing that myself, if any more things happen to me where they're doing something to my van, or they were lighting fireworks off at the house this summer, and I did call the police. I said they're shooting bottle rockets off at my house. And she's like, well, we have a few calls, but we'll send somebody out there. So we do have to make a record of it. There was a bottle rocket I found over the fence on the back porch. So stuff like that is evidence. It's hardcore evidence. They can't dispute it. And stuff. Who's doing it? I don't know. I don't know who's doing it, because these cowards hide in the dark. And stuff. So that's the name of the game. It's a game, guys. But we have to stay safe and keep our family safe and keep our pets safe, and stuff. So I'm gonna cut this off. Not much going on. I'm not gonna go into my targeting because, it's the same old thing. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing it and stuff. So, so I just, just thought I would talk about that for a little bit. Other than that, not much going on. And stuff. It's been cold and windy up here. We're expecting rain and all this stuff, and it's just crappy. So I've been stuck in the house for most of the day. I did take Tanner out for a little bit, and it was just a quick walk because it was so windy and cold. Winter's coming. We're going camping on the 28th, and people are talking we might have snow by then. So it might be a snowy camping little trip. It's only 25 minutes away. It's closer. So we're going to go up there and try to have a fire and enjoy ourselves a little bit. If we're stuck in the van, having a couple drinks and sitting by a heater, that's fine too. It's good to get out of this environment where there's so many perps and stuff, So anyway, I'm going to cut this off. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I hope you're doing well out there, and I'll talk to you guys later.